Hey everyone, and welcome Living in Ottawa. And in this week's episode, we're going to cover the new interesting trend of families that are migrating from different provinces and across Canada in the Canadian real estate market. But first, show reel, hit it. Landlocked provinces seen an exodus as people head to Canada's coast, and housing prices across Ontario continue to rise. In Toronto, home prices are up about a third and show no signs of slowing down. In Ottawa, detached homes are up more than 16.6% year over year in the third quarter, selling for a median price of $665,000. But more and more Canadians are leaving Ontario and heading to the coast. Could change be on the way? For years, Ontario has been Canada's business hub, housing major manufacturing and tech industry players and causing people to flock to larger cities for opportunities. New data from Stats Canada shows that more Canadians are moving within the country, while fewer staying in their hometown or in the city for their workplace. The pandemic-induced shift to remote work has caused an uptick in people who have shirked urban centers, where the cost of living continues to increase. Instead, it appears people are heading to the coast. From April to June 2021, British Columbia saw more than 15,000 Canadians migrate there, while the Atlantic provinces also saw growth. Nova Scotia saw 5,000 new residents, followed by New Brunswick, who saw 2,000, and Prince Edward Island, 869, and Newfoundland, Labrador, 626. Meanwhile, Ontario saw close to 12,000 residents leave, the largest exodus since the early 1980s. And Alberta saw about 5,500 residents leave in the same time period, while Manitoba and Saskatchewan saw drops of 3,613 and 3,362 respectively. While people are finding new places to live within Canada's borders, the population growth is relatively flat. According to RE/MAX, Canada's growth pace was just 0.5% from 2020 to 2021, down more than 50% from the year before. And that's the slowest growth rate in over a century. Some researchers believe that the stagnation comes from the unfortunate COVID-19 related deaths and the increased border restrictions that have reduced migration. Perhaps the solution lies therein. The Canadian government has pledged to welcome more than 1 million immigrants over the next 3 years, and many of whom will likely end up in Ontario or British Columbia. It will be up to smaller cities and regions to attract immigrants to choose them over bigger cities. Toronto, for example, is a highly attractive destination for immigrants. In 2018, 77% of new arrivals in Ontario, some 106,000 immigrants, settled in the Greater Toronto area. And take Ottawa Canada. In 2020, the report from the Conference Board of Canada recommended that the region come up with a strategy to make itself more attractive to immigrants. It noted that the demographic challenges on the horizon, immigration would be necessary to sustain economic growth. And yet, increased migration or not, Ottawa is projected to continue to grow. The city's population is expected to rise by 40% to 1.4 million in the next 25 years. And as of 2020, CBC reported that Ottawa is still planning on expanding its suburbs, with more than 80,000 more suburban houses on the works. By 2046, there could be another 42,700 apartments and another 49,400 single-detached, semi-detached, and row homes in Ottawa's neighbourhoods of today. In fact, Ottawa Mayor Jim Watson pointed out what he called a balanced approach, splitting 400,000 homes from areas that are being built up and undeveloped areas. As noted, rising housing prices have been an issue in Canada's urban centres for some time, but affordability has been an issue in smaller towns and rural communities as well. The remote work flexibility has pushed some of those limitations to previously affordable places too. Urbanites who have sold their homes in high demand areas are now leaving the province and driving up housing prices in other markets. Despite some provinces like Ontario and the Prairies losing thousands of residents, housing prices continue to rise. Data analyzed by RE/MAX shows that 27 out of 30 major housing markets are considered sellers markets as demand continues to outweigh supply. and average residential sale prices are also expected to increase by another 5% by the end of the year. The Canadian real estate market has been incredibly strong since the pandemic began, and it shows no signs of slowing down. High demand, low supply, work flexibility, and low interest rates have all contributed to pent-up demand that send prices flying. There are plenty of reasons that could continue for the foreseeable future. So there you guys have it, the migration patterns of people moving in and out of provinces across Canada in 2021 driven by the pandemic. If you're thinking about making a move, feel free to reach out to us. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, even wrap it up in a bow and send it first class because we got your back. Moving to Ottawa or anywhere across Canada. And each and every week we're bringing brand new videos just like this one. So make sure to tap that subscribe button and click the bell so you're notified each and every time we do a brand new video. Till next time, take care. Hey everyone, and welcome to Live in Ottawa. And in this week's episode, we're going to cover the migration Ottawa Mayor. There are plenty of reasons that could continue for the foreseeable future. Wow.